Hello to everyone. Welcome. That's another Istanbul Laila Hadhrami. But before we go ahead with Laila, I would like to really make a short statement that we are deeply saddened by the tragic loss of life and terrible devastation unfolding after the earthquake in our country and as well in Syria. Sorrow fills our hearts, but we know that the life is going on and everybody should be very strong and we never lose our hope. So today, Laila Al-Hadrami will talk about metaverse for beginners and many elements. We will be on the side of the metaverse for beginners, but we know that the metaverse and blockchain, this type of systems will be very useful for the also by the natural disasters. So we would like to, this is one of the reasons of these blockchain talks. I would say what we learn, we should digest and we should make everything useful. Now, the floor is for Laila Al-Hadrami, who is the Metaverse advisor of Mulhim VR, and she has many things under her, I would say, cover. She has also many global awards, and we are very proud to have her. The floor is yours, Laila. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Erol. And as you say, all my hearts are going with all the victims of the earthquake. So may Allah bless their souls, and hopefully things will be stable. And this is not a catastrophe just in Turkey and Syria. It's affecting all of us as humans around the world. And hopefully, inshallah, all of us, we going to be like one hand supporting what's happening there. So hopefully we can, each one of us, support what's really going around so far. Thank you so much, Erol, and it's really my pleasure to be among all of you today so we can speak about one of the trending technologies nowadays, which is the metaverse. Welcome, everyone, and sorry for the technical issue, and we are always having this. So today I'm going to speak about the metaverse, and we decided to make this talk very friendly so we can make it very easy for everyone to understand what is really metaverse. So when it comes to your mind, recently everyone was starting to talk about the metaverse. Everyone, they said we need to use the metaverse. Everyone, they said, how can metaverse help us at work and so on. So to give a brief, when the metaverse started, the metaverse, all of us, we know it as virtual worlds. And the virtual worlds is empowered with the augmented reality, virtual reality. But the first time the metaverse started, we did not know it as a metaverse. At that time, we know it as virtual worlds. And virtual worlds started a long time ago, not just in 2019 or 2020, as everyone started talking about it. So let me take you in a journey how the metaverse started. So let's move to the next slide so we can discuss together. The first time the metaverse as a terminology it was mentioned in a very famous novel, and it's called Snow Crash. If you are more interested about it, it's really great to go and read this novel by Neil Stephenson, or you might be able to see the movie. So just the terminology, the metaverse was mentioned there. So that was in 1992. Let's go to the next. But when was the first time the virtual world started? It was in 2003 when Linden Lab, they launched Second Life platform. And at that time, everyone called it virtual world. So many virtual worlds later on have been launched. And the first time the virtual world started, it was very basic. And believe it or not, what we are discussing today about the real estate, buying a land, renting a land, started at that time. And you can go access with your own avatar, attend classes, have internship, for example, if you are a student, medical student. So it has been there a long time ago, but some improvement has been developed by having another technologies injected in these virtual worlds. And let's go to the next one. I'm sure that you might know about Roblox. If you don't know Roblox, your kids will definitely know about Roblox. Yesterday, my nephew came and he said, I heard you talking about Roblox. Why you were talking about Roblox? And I said, I need to teach the adults about Roblox, because Roblox is one of the virtual worlds platforms. It's like one of the well-known. So most of the kids are using this platform. So there's no excuse to say we are not ready to adapt these technologies. Your kids at home are using these platforms. Let's go to the next. And that was just in 2006. In 2012, Sandbox was launched. And also this is one of the most, let me say, popular metaverse platforms around the world. And in 2016, another platform has been launched, which is Decentraland. Let's go to the next session, the next slide. And in 2014, this is very interesting because this is related to Facebook. In 2014, Facebook, they invested in a new company. It's called Oculus. So the new technology has been injected in our virtual worlds, because most of the people, they think that in order to access the metaverse, you have to have the virtual reality device. No, was just like accessories for me. I call it the accessories, so you can access the metaverse. It's definitely going to give you immersive experience, but anyone can access the metaverse. So Facebook did a great investment by pursuing the Oculus devices, so they can increase their, let me say, profits and be aligned with the technology. Let's go to the next. So you can see the progress of the metaverse, how it really started from a book to then to the next. 2015. The launch of the Ethereum blockchain. So now we are speaking about the blockchain. So blockchain started mostly with the Ethereum by 2015. So it has been part of the metaverse world. So you can understand how the journey started. It started first as virtual reality, then injected with augmented reality, then with the reality devices. Then now we're coming now to the blockchain. Okay, why we need the blockchain? Because the cryptocurrencies started to be part of the metaverse, or let me say virtual worlds. So people can use the cryptocurrencies so they can buy and sell things. And because of that, the next slide, please. It has been the launch of Decentraland. And Decentraland, it came with the vision that they need to encourage the digital, let me say, economy, where people can use buying land, selling lands by using the cryptocurrencies. That's why these virtual worlds have been built in a very strong network like blockchain. Let's go to the next. So now you can see how's the progress of the metaverse. I'm sure that most of you know Pokemon, because Pokemon was trending. Everyone started to play Pokemon. And yes, Pokemon also is another, let me say, platform of the metaverse umbrella. Let's go to the next. I'm sure that most of you know it, right? So what makes metaverse trending? Suddenly, so as you see, I said, we started in 1992, and then we have the first virtual world in 2003. So what make metaverse trending suddenly? And as I said, it's a long time ago. What really make it trending is because of COVID-19. COVID-19 has impacted, or let me say, accelerated most of the virtual and online platforms. For example, when it comes to the meeting now, we are using now Zoom. Zoom becomes very popular during COVID-19. Some virtual platforms, we are now having this meeting through Zoom, but some companies, they started using the virtual platforms like Decentraland, Roblox, Sandbox, so they can have, for example, their virtual meetings. Instead of Zoom, they went there to have their, for example, their work, their shopping, everything. It was in the virtual reality. It was like another life, because all of us, we were, inside our houses, the life stopped. And the other thing that make the metaverse trending, Facebook, they rebrand themselves from Facebook to Meta, because Facebook, they feel that they are threatened because the virtual platform, they started to be very popular, and they have a lot of profits. So that's why they said, okay, it's time, so we can change our brand. So you can now understand that it's become trending because of two main aspects, the COVID-19 and the rebranding of Facebook. Let's go to the next. And Facebook, they have launched their own platforms. So if you want to try the metaverse, don't go and Google it and search, I need to try metaverse world, because you will not find a platform called metaverse. We have thousands of platforms for metaverse. And as I said, Facebook, they launched their own metaverse, and it's called Horizon Worlds. It's still in beta version. So many people, they said Facebook is not that much successful because now they are trying to compete the top virtual worlds that I share with you, like Roblox, Decentraland, and Sandbox. Those are already pioneers. So imagine that Facebook is coming now with their new virtual world. It might be some people, they said that they are not successful with that movement. Some people, they said it was better if they invested or purchased one of the existing platforms, but they have that risk and they said we're gonna compete the others. So that is how, if you want to try it as a metaverse, you have just to search. Let me share with you the top platforms in metaverse so you can also experience that. So when it comes to the top metaverse, in the next slide, I need you also to record this so you can come back later onto it. So the top, let's go to the next slide. So here are the top 10. So you can have like a screenshot later on. I would definitely recommend you to, for example, use the famous one, Decentraland, the Sandbox, Roblox that I already mentioned before. Just go in, sign in. It's not that much complicated. It's similar when you are going to log in, for example, to the social media, to the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, is almost the same. The only extra thing that you have to do is you're gonna choose your own avatar. You're gonna choose the color of your face, your hair, how you would like to dress. Would you like to have abaya, as I'm now wearing abaya? So you're gonna experience that. So I need each one of you to give it a try, because you will never understand what is really metaverse. No need for you to have that virtual device so you can access the metaverse. Just give it a try, sign in, and just complete the registration and have your own avatar and start getting lost. And I say, yeah, get lost, because you might not know where to go, but at least try your avatar, walk with it, fly with it, experience that. So let's go to the next. And when it comes about the 15 metaverse companies, so many companies, they started to say, we are here. Till today, yesterday, I have a meeting with one of the banking sector, and they said, we need to know how can we be there in the metaverse? And I'm telling everyone, you have to be there and you have to think about it. What's the use case that you need to use it? Because when it comes to the training technologies, I'm always saying, try to catch the technology. Don't stay at the end of the train. So these are some of the top companies that they decided to join the metaverse, like NVIDIA, Meta, Unity, Apple, Amazon, Roblox, and others. So you have to be there. If you are having like a business, just give it a try, go there. You might have like different use cases. You might have one use case to have, and I'm going to speak more about these use cases because so many people, they ask what we can do in the metaverse. So let's go to the next so we can explore some of these use cases. So what you can do exactly in the use cases, let's go to the next one. So the first thing, let me say who can access the metaverse. First, we as a users, we can access metaverse. So each one of us can go to the content builders. And I'm saying this to mostly to the academia sector. You have to develop your curricula, because we need to encourage the students to think differently, to align themselves, their skills to what's happening around the world. So they can now build content inside the metaverse. Instead, the website, go to the virtual worlds. Developers, so they can build the blocks, build, let me say, digital twins inside the metaverse. Enterprises, because the enterprises, they have to be there. I'm saying, for example, with the banking sector, they can have virtual branches in the virtual world, let me say the metaverse, investors who would like just to invest inside the metaverse. So we're gonna have like different users who can access the metaverse. Let's go to the next. Okay, let's go to. Okay, so as I said, when it comes to the technologies, now we have like combination of different technologies. So many times, people that are coming to me and they say, we need to have our digital twin inside Metaverse. And I say, this is another project. So you can have like different projects because we are now having like different technologies. And one of the, like, let me say, wrong conception about Metaverse, everyone think that Metaverse is just about the NFTs, about cryptocurrencies, blockchain. No, it's because this is about you, how you are going to use the metaverse for you as a user. Are you going to attend events? Are you going to just buy and sell? So you're gonna use the NFTs and the cryptocurrencies. So that depend on you, or you are like enterprise. You're gonna have like your digital building inside the metaverse. So it's a combination of different technologies. I'm also telling them that you can now also use the AI in the metaverse. For example, you need to have like 24 branch for your own, let me say, bank, because some banks, they close at a specific time, but you can have it 24 hours open in the metaverse. You can have an avatar empowered with AI, so he can welcome everyone who's going there. Because how many times you are traveling around the world and we need to contact our bank, but we cannot because of the time hours. So there's like different scenarios that we can work on it, and it is empowered. So day after day, the metaverse is becoming more mature, where we can use it in different use cases. So let's go to the next slide where we can discuss more details about where you can invest and what is the use cases. Let's go to the next. So here are some of the main, let me say, main elements where you can invest in metaverse. You might be in the gaming sector, so you can invest in the gaming. You can have create jobs for your employees so they can have more content in the metaverse. You can be in the travel and tourism sector. Countries now, they started marketing for their countries through using the metaverse. No need for me now to travel, for example, to Istanbul to see what's happening around. We might use it also, for example, to what happened recently with the earthquake, this catastrophe. We need to have it, for example, in metaverse so people can experience what's happening around. Everyone now, they said, we need to go there. We need to see what's really happening around. But nobody can feel it, how it really looks so far. And some, researchers, they contact me and they say, we need to work in some research inside the metaverse so we can help the others to experience how the earthquake is affecting people in Turkey and Syria. So this is one of the use cases that we can use it, education and learning. So many times we have, for example, the medical students. Medical students in anatology, they have to bring the body, a dead body, so they can examine it and they can learn on it. But if you are going to have the metaverse, it's gonna be like reducing the cost. You're gonna improve the learning of students because they can practice as much as they would like. For example, when it comes to the tourism specialization, most of the students who are working or who are specialized in tourism, they have to go to hotels so they can have training, but they can have it virtually, so they can experience, trying how to get trained inside the hotels, virtual hotels. So it can be used also a lot in education learning. Actually, I use it mostly as a virtual learner, and I started using the metaverse in 2006 in Second Life. It was for me amazing experience. Remote working, as I said, as soon as COVID-19 started, so many companies, they used the virtual reality platforms instead of Zoom or Microsoft. Real estate, where you can invest, you can buy and rent lands. For example, if you are going to buy a space, it's similar when you are buying, or let me say renting, what we call it, in the websites. So this is how it's going to be. You can then rent it to other companies who doesn't have like a full budget, so you can give them access to your land. Healthcare, as I said, is gonna improve the health sector a lot because so many now doctors they are using the virtual reality surgeries, and it's improving the health sector a lot. Banking and finance is also a lot of use cases there. Social media entertainment, because it can also be branding for your own company. It can be a space where you can be connect all the employees, especially when it comes to the branches who have, for example, you are in Istanbul in a bank sector, but you have like different branches in different cities. So you need to guarantee to have, like, for example, a way day, bringing all the employees from the different cities. So the best thing to do is to have a virtual away day inside the metaverse where you can guarantee that you will engage with all the other users. So this is brief how you can think about the metaverse, different use cases. And as I said, day after day, we are getting the metaverse becoming mature and mature. And definitely we're going to need the governance of the government so they can accelerate the adoption of the metaverse. So this is in brief, what is the metaverse, how it's really become mature from 1992 till today. And we should start just adapting these technologies, not just to wait and say, shall we adapt it or not adapt it? So this is just a brief about the metaverse, and hopefully that you're gonna use it by yourself and try it. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Just go and try it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laila, for extreme, useful, informationful speech for Metaverse for beginners. I would like just to ask to participants whether there is any questions on you. Very short, I should wait if they want to ask any question at the moment.
And I'd like also to share something when it comes to what kind of business can be done. If you've seen, my last photo, that was about the avatar industry.
Yeah.
If you go and check, for example, your WhatsApp, your Instagram, your Twitter, most of the social media platforms that we used to use them, they start to be feeling that they are threatened because of the Web3. So now if you access your Instagram, you will see one message appearing. Would you like to use your avatar? So the word avatar, it started actually with the metaverse, or let me say the virtual worlds, and now it's becoming very popular as industry, the avatar industry. So we have to align ourselves what's happening around us. The similar what's happening with ChatGPT and all the trending technologies. We have to adapt all of these technologies so we can be aligned with it. And a lot of money is really happening around that. So we can also encourage the students, encourage our organizations, the people around us to adopt these technologies. And we can be aware about it.
Thank you. Thank you, Laila. Laila, I would like to say sharing your thoughts. Therefore, our university, Istanbul Aydın University, is investing and putting a lot of efforts on this metaverse, blockchain, and NFT. So we really try to educate our students also on that matter, because we know the future is not only in the real world, it should be also in the virtual world.
Exactly.
But we think also that it should not be mixed, because there is a lot of questions raised. Oh, what will happen if AI comes? Then the people will lose the jobs. No, the people will reality. Vice versa. We believe in education. Therefore, our university is growing all in these segments. We are very thankful for your speech, and we hope at Istanbul Aydın University to welcome you also as in person than virtual, also in our university, because we are planning also to hold digital world. We are thankful to you for today. I'm as the Blockchain Academy, I'm very thankful to have the opportunity to host you and taking from your very, I would say, very precious time for us. And I'm also thankful today to Derya Kılcı, who manage all the skillfully all your all your screen moves. So we show that we are also in Istanbul Aydın University, that we are a good team and we are always open to learn and share. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And it was really a great opportunity to be among all of you. And when it comes to the education, I'm always say we can have it as a blended learning, especially, the new generation. The new generations, they love to learn with such new technologies. They are no more interested with the traditional learning that we used to have it. Most of the time, when it comes to the traditional, we might be sleeping, especially the new generations. It's really challenging. So we have to adapt the new technology so we can have it as a blended learning to them. And COVID-19 taught us a very good lesson that we have to be ready most of the time. We should not wait another disaster to hit us so we can say, okay, let's go and take. So we have, at least we should have it as a blended learning so we can be ready for any disaster that happen in future. And hopefully, inshallah, no more other disasters, but we need just to adapt these technologies to empower our students, the education to be better and so on. And as I saw today, for example, another news was about UAE. They are going to allow the students to use ChatGPT, which is the AI app. So we just need to adapt these technologies to empower the learning cycle with our students. Thanks again, and it has been a pleasure. And it will be really a pleasure to see you all, hopefully soon, inshallah, physically and face to face.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Ma salam.